Hey guys, welcome to Silicon Valley Girl. Today we're going to talk about Instagram. I got a lot of DMs from you on Instagram asking me to talk about this social network. I think it is really important to stay diversified. This is why I'm here on YouTube and I have 3 different channels. I have an Instagram profile with over 700,000 followers. I have 2 TikTok profiles with over 1 million followers combined because I understand that if something happens to one social network, I still want to engage with my followers and I want to have different points of contact. So in the past 3 months, I decided to double down on my Instagram growth. I decided to try different advertising things like asking bloggers to talk about my profile or paying Facebook to target people with my creatives. And in this video, I'm going to talk about what actually happened, if I'm happy with the result, and whether I'm going to continue doing this. Now, first of all, it's really important to remember that followers are nothing without engagement. And good engagement on Instagram really ranges. I think that from 5 to 10% engagement is good. And what I mean by that, if you have 1,000 followers, that means on average you should get from 500 to 1,000 likes per post. And again, it really depends on demographics. If your audience is younger, they are more willing to like your photos. If your audience is older, they're more likely to save or to comment. So another metric you can look at is reach, but I tend to look at likes because this shows engagement. And another engagement metric is how many people watch your stories. In my case, it's a little more than 10%, but I also know people who have like 20 to 30% engagement stories. After talking to my fellow bloggers, we decided that somewhere from 10 to 20% of your subscribers watching your stories is a good number. And the problem with buying followers here is that Instagram algorithm sees that you have a lot of followers who are not interacting with your content, and the decision it makes is that, probably this content is not interested for those demographics, so we won't promote it. And a lot of bloggers, including me, see those ups and downs all the time on Instagram. So Instagram is this social network where if you have a baby, if you're pregnant, your likes just double. So whenever I post like a family photo or a photo with my husband, I get 70,000 likes, so 50,000 likes, 40,000 likes. But if I post an ad or just me, at home, I can get 20,000 likes. And this is something we have to live with. And back in August, I thought, first of all, I'm super tired of having the same engagement for the past couple of years. Maybe I should invest in ads because I know a lot of bloggers who invest in ads and their Instagrams grow. Second, I thought, because I not only post on Instagram, what we also do, we target people who are subscribed to my profile with my company's products, and having more followers means having more revenue in my company. So I thought maybe I should try, maybe I should try targeting, maybe I should try working with other bloggers and see what happens to my engagement, see what happens to my Instagram. Before going into details of my ads campaign that lasted in August, September, October, I just wanted to give you a couple of tips on how to grow engagement on Instagram, because if your Instagram is dead, if people are not interacting, you need to fix your content first.
How do I do that?
So a couple of tips here. Instagram is no longer just about pictures. Instagram is about you talking to people. And whenever I post a picture, I try to write a post. My Instagram is bilingual, so I start with an English version and then I have a Russian version. And I always reply back to people and I try to talk about topics that are interesting. I try to post at least once a week, but again, really depends on how busy I am because Instagram is not my number one priority. But then we have stories. With stories, my strategy is I try to post every day from Monday to Friday. I take Saturday and Sunday off just because I need a detox, and this is a rule that really helps me. So whenever you guys feel overwhelmed with a social network, create a schedule for yourself. And the hack with Instagram, if you take those breaks, if you take Saturday and Sunday off and you start posting on Monday, the algorithm promotes your stories heavily. So just to give you a quick example, normally my stories get 70 to 90,000 views, but on Mondays, when I'm back and when I start my day with an engaging story, like, hey, this is what we did this weekend, or this is what our family did, or these are my plans for the upcoming week, etc. So the first story has to be really engaging. So whenever I do that after being absent for 2 days, my views jump to 110, 120. I think the maximum I've reached was like 150,000, which is a lot more than 10% of people who are subscribed to me. Before buying ads, before spending money on Instagram, try different hacks. Try and see if you can re-engage your followers. Another very important thing to notice before we proceed into details and numbers is that Instagram is about people organically unfollowing you. So if you think that, I'm gonna be amazing with my content, I'm gonna be posting stories, I'm gonna be so engaging, it is very, very optimistic to think that Instagram would promote you organically, unfortunately. Organic growth is here on YouTube. Organic growth is on TikTok. It's everywhere else apart from Instagram. Instagram is not a social network where you grow organically these days. You could grow organically 5 years ago, but not now. These days, in order to grow, you have to invest in ads. In order to maintain the amount of followers that you have to invest in ads. Or my life hack is to have YouTube channels, because the majority of my followers come from my YouTube channels. And this just helps me with Instagram, because otherwise I would have spent so much money on just getting to the number that I have these days. Feel free to look at my social blade, and you would definitely notice days when I had ads coming out, and you would definitely notice days when I didn't have any ads, when I posted something, because whenever you post something and you don't have any ads, you don't have any new followers coming in, people just start unsubscribing. And this is the reality of Instagram, unfortunately. But here we go with the details. Okay, let's get into numbers, let's get into stats. First of all, I tried launching Facebook targeting. And with any ad that you're gonna launch, first of all, you need to make sure that your profile reflects who you are and says, my profile says English, YouTube, Silicon Valley, 4 million followers on YouTube, etc. So people know what they're subscribing to. You really need to make sure when people come to your profile, they understand what kind of content you're posting. By the way, guys, this is the first time I'm talking about Instagram on this channel. Let me know in comments below if you need more information. Ask me specific questions about Instagram, because I've done a lot on that social network. I just realized I've never shared it. So with any ad, you need to figure out what's your creative. What is this video or what is this picture that you're gonna show to people in their feed? So I was targeting through stories, and I realized that TikTok is the best platform to test my creatives. My creative was for the audience who learns English, because this is my main audience. My Lingua Marina channel has 2.7 million followers. And I created a video where I'm just sitting on a chair, rolling around and talking about how I learned English. I made a lot of creatives. And somehow that video got 300,000 views on an empty profile on TikTok, and the other ones did not perform. So I decided to go with that video because it grew organically on that platform, and it was a great creative. So on average, one subscriber cost me from 20 to 50 cents depending on demographic. But the problem with just targeting people through Facebook, so you gotta have like a Facebook account and target them on Instagram. The problem there, you can only count the amount of clicks. Facebook doesn't let you see whether people actually subscribed. So we had to do everything manually. We kind of had to predict, okay, if they clicked so many times, we have these stats for today. But again, I have people coming from other sources, I have people coming from YouTube. We ran this campaign for a couple of weeks, and I realized I can't do that anymore because I don't have the exact stats. So I knew it was from 20 to 50 cents, but that makes a huge difference, like 50 cents per subscriber and 20 cents. So I decided that we need to move on and do something different. Another thing that we did, we approached other influencers on Instagram, and we asked them, how much would it cost for you to post 3 stories about Marina with a hashtag ad, just describing what she's talking about in her profile. And again, we targeted people who were learning English. There were bloggers from different backgrounds who talked about, this is Marina, she speaks English on her Instagram, she also speaks Russian, this is her background. If you're willing to learn English, if you're willing to learn about business, subscribe to her Instagram. I hired a manager who helped me with that. She took 10% of the whole marketing budget. So starting August, September, October, I spent around $17,000 on all the ads, and I got around 50,000 followers, give or take. Again, it's really hard for me to calculate the exact amount of followers because some influencers that advertised my profile were really small, so we didn't really see any difference, and some influencers were huge. But it's really important to have both because you need to test your creatives. We tested different approaches. So we ended up getting around 50,000 new followers, which means the average follower cost around 35 cents. Again, this is very approximate because there's so much going on with my Instagram all the time, with people coming and going, and I haven't seen any increase in engagement. That is a little upsetting, and I also understand that I'm going through a period of life where I'm currently in Russia and I'm gonna be here for another like 6 or 7 weeks, and my content is mostly about the US. I'm kind of stuck a little bit with my creativity. But at the same time, I understand maybe it's time to pause this campaign. It's great to have those followers. I know they are real. I know they're real people. But I also want to see the significant, well, at least extra 5,000 likes per post, at least 10,000 new people per stories. What I have seen, sometimes there are spikes and sometimes I get them, but this is not constant. So if you're asking whether I'm happy with the campaign results, I am, because 33 cents per subscriber is a good price. And we're also targeting new subscribers with other ads, so we have more base for our future campaigns. But I also understand that now it is time to kind of wrap things up, think about my engagement, think about my content strategy, and get back to this again in February, for example. Thank you so much for watching this video up to the very end, guys. I really hope it was useful, and I really hope that you would be able to copy something from my tactics, and I'm really looking forward to reading your comments down below, and I'm really looking forward to reading your feedback. Do you need more content about Instagram? What are your questions? If you're not yet subscribed to Silicon Valley Girl, hit subscribe, and I'm gonna see you very soon in my next videos. Bye-bye.